Hello everyone, welcome back to Triangle Strategy. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and we have a few different things that we need to look at today. We have a side story with Evlora reporting into Gustadolf. We have a character story starring Narv, and we have to see what this is. Roland requesting a favor of Benedict, who has a shocking proposition for us. So, they're going to start off. Well, actually, I was going to say we could start off with Evlora, but let's get something what is presumably going to be a little bit more lighthearted here with Narv, and then get back into the serious business from there. We'll start off with Narv. Let's see what he has to say about his grandfather.
That should do it. You should be able to use that arm just fine in no time.
Ah, look at Narv doing a little bit of healing.
Many thanks, lad. You truly are a talented one. My apologies for treating you like an intruder the other day.
Oh, it's the same guy. Cool.
Think nothing of it, my good man. If you need anything else, I'm more than happy to help.
Your magic never ceases to amaze. Did you learn everything from your grandfather?
You bet I did. The Archmage Grandante taught me everything I know.
Grandante. There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Narv.
Ask away.
I was in Hyzand for a short time, studying at the Ministry. No doubt you know it's considered the greatest authority in this world when it comes to matters arcane.
Interesting. So, see, I always thought that Gila was from Hyzand, but I guess she just studied at the Ministry of Medicine. Okay. So she must originally be from Esfrost, I would guess.
Their library contains everything from records of magically enhanced soldiers to technical tomes and much, much more. Their chronicles on the history of magic, too, were the most comprehensive in our realm. And yet, I do not recall seeing even a single mention of a mage named Grandante. One would think the achievements of such a powerful sorcerer would be recorded somewhere. Why are they not?
Oh boy.
Those awful Hyzantians. Truly, they have no shame.
Narv?
The chronicles you speak of, in truth, they were written by my grandfather's own hand.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
What? But then why is he not credited by name?
He refused to do the research the former Hierophant ordered of him, and was branded a heretic and unbeliever.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So Narv's grandfather was in a similar boat to what Corentin and his colleague experienced. Interesting.
They erased his name and achievements from the records, and made it like he never existed at all. He was then banished from the city and died in exile, his name all but forgotten. It's all their fault no one knows of the Archmage Grandante.
Wow, man. Jeez.
I had no idea.
These robes I wear were once his. They're the only remaining proof that he once walked this realm.
So you carry his memory with you everywhere you go.
I promised myself I would make the Archmage Grandante's name known around the world. So I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked before, until all in the realm know his story. And in the process, I'll become the greatest mage this world has ever seen.
That's the spirit.
Thanks, Gila. Just you watch, Grandfather. I'm going to make you proud.
Wow, here I was expecting a silly scene, and we got actually a very touching one, and an interesting one at that. Of all of the things that I would have expected with Narv's story and like the story of Grandante, it would not have been that Grandante is the reason that Hyzant has the magical research that they do, and that he was struck from the records. That's... Huh. Okay. Well, very, very interesting stuff. Let's continue on then and see what Evlora's got going on with Gustadolf. We know she wasn't happy with the whole striking down Landroy thing, so we'll see if that's reflected at all.
Congratulations on your victory in the Falk's domain, General.
Mm-hmm. Already. Already we can see how this might turn sour.
Thank you, sir. They were proud warriors. And Lord Landroy a formidable foe despite his age.
I imagine he was content to breathe his last on his beloved fields. 30 years have passed since the Salt Iron War. It was time he was put to rest beside that bygone era.
Don't know how Avlora's gonna feel about these callous remarks.
Avlora, it is time you had a rest as well.
What do you mean by that, Your Grace?
Your soldiers have fought long and hard. Any longer and their morale may suffer for it.
But what of House Wolfort? Prince Roland is still with them. Is that not cause for concern?
There are no lords left worth worrying about. House Wolfort stands alone after Roland's uprising.
Even so, we would do well not to underestimate them. Even standing alone, they once changed the course of the Salt Iron War.
House Wolfort is no longer the hunter, but the hunted.
Yes, and that's often when people are at their most dangerous. Do you know nothing about tropes?
Or do you believe you understand something that I do not, General?
Wow, this guy. What a shithead. Amazing. Wow. I'm telling you, Avlora's gonna join us. She's gonna be
No. Forgive me, Your Grace.
she's gonna be fed up with Gustadolf's shit. She's absolutely gonna be tired of his nonsense. Okay, 2 short, sweet, and interesting scenes. Let's see what's going on here with Roland and Benedict. Curious about what this shocking proposal might be.
You wish to speak to me, Your Highness?
I wish to leave the Wolfort domain.
Oh, we're doing
And
this
you want
again.
me to persuade Lord Serenoa?
We're doing this again, okay.
Yes. Though I doubt he will welcome the conversation after the scales have spoken. But the people are tired. Their expressions grim. And this castle is no different.
Even so, the decision was made together.
Yes. But I think we all know that I am at the source of our troubles. The responsibility ultimately falls to me.
If you truly wish to take responsibility, then I do have an idea.
I would hear it.
Huh?
Give me that ring.
Oh, this was highlighted at the start of the game.
But this is proof that I belong to the royal family. What would you do with it?
Have you die for your people.
A decoy. Okay. A decoy could be very interesting. Would it work? I mean, with the ring as proof? Possibly. Possibly. It's not exactly like we've got strong forensic science back in the day here. Huh. I mean, I could potentially get behind that, but if we were able to convince the world that Roland was dead, he wouldn't need to leave Wolfort then, right? I don't know. Interesting. Travis and Trish's band happen upon a startling discovery on the riverbank. Well, guess they're about to find Maxwell, huh? Because, we're just downriver of Castle Glenbrook. And we know where Maxwell, quote-unquote, died. That's what's gonna happen! This is where he comes back! I'm calling it right now! And you all know about my story predictions. They're usually pretty okay. Yep, there is. Let's go!
Hey, boss. Come take a look at this.
He's not dead! Let's go! And this is how we wind up getting Travis and Trish in the party.
The poor soul. Or maybe not so poor, judging by these clothes.
Hey, Pa! Remember what I said about that reward money?
course I do. This might just be him.
Ah, they think this is Roland.
Pa, take a look at this.
Oh, wait.
A shiny ring, huh? Is that the royal emblem? This has got to be Prince Roland.
Oh, okay. You know what? I am wrong. This is our decoy. I didn't think we would put that into play this soon. Okay. Okay. Never mind. You know what they say about, or what, you know what I say about my ability to predict stories is that I'm not that great at it, actually.
The corpse is regrettably too damaged to identify, but the royal signet is unmistakable.
So, whose body is this then?
Aside from Cordelia, there is only one who would wear the royal family's ring. There can be no doubt. This is Prince Roland.
So if we choose to give Roland over to them, the story has to diverge wildly. Because there's no way we could get to this point if we gave Roland over. Like, Roland would be here in the castle. Well, I've seen that, because I've played that chapter in the demo, because you get the choice, and then you either wind up fighting Avlora or doing another battle that I won't go into, lest there be spoilers. But, like, Roland winds up here.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but about that reward.
Thalas, give them their coin.
Yes, brother.
Thank you kindly for your generosity, Your Grace.
What a waste. Is this truly how the kingdom of Glenbrook meets its end?
House Wolfort are no fools. Their friend was only a liability. They have spared themselves by forsaking the prince. They may have escaped, but there are none who would help them. There is no reason for us to concern ourselves with House Wolfort any longer.
A shame.
Your poor brother, betrayed by his most trusted friend.
Yeah, she's gonna figure out it's not him.
Oh, Roland.
Or not. Light and shadow completed. Okay. But... I truly don't know what to make of that. Like, what body did we dress up as Roland? Someone blonde, obviously. They would have...
The news of Prince Roland's death spreads across the land like wildfire.
Like, they would have known that it wasn't him if, like, it was a wig that just came off. So it's got to be someone who's blonde, and they just mutilated her body. I guess a random soldier, maybe? I don't know.
With his demise, seemingly comes the end of the kingdom of Glenbrook. But only days later, a proclamation is made that would bind Esfrost and Glenbrook. Bearer of the royal signet and last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, Cordelia is to ascend as queen.
Mm-hmm.
And wed Archduke Gustadolf.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. Well, we know Cordelia's not dead now in Glenbrook, but Chapter 9, Part 1. Oh boy. Okay, so now on top of everything else, we have to try and save Cordelia from this, like...
Princess Cordelia is to wed the Archduke?
Essentially, like, enslaved wedding to the Archduke.
What is the meaning of this? Gustadolf is the very one who invaded Glenbrook.
But King Regna is to blame for trying to monopolize the mines.
What does it matter who the princess weds as long as Glenbrook lives on?
It damn well matters to me.
Okay, so we've got a civilian who's got a good head on his shoulders.
My people. Our days of late have been dark and filled with strife. Both Glenbrook and Esfrost have suffered countless losses. And we have lost both of our beloved princes. For that, I offer you my deepest condolences. May they all rest in peace. As you all know, my father was sentenced to death for his role in this tragic event. But how do we come to grips with our sorrow and anger? How do we atone for our mistakes?
Esfrost does not deserve your forgiveness! Do not submit to Gustadolf's will!
Bold! Very bold from this man.
Let us recognize our sins as such and move forward. Archduke Gustadolf has magnanimously given us another chance. A chance to see Glenbrook to a fair and free future. As the queen of this kingdom, I, Cordelia of House Glenbrook, do hereby accept the warmth and governance of Esfrost, and swear to do everything in my power to usher in an age of peace with the Archduke.
People are not happy.
With all due respect, sir, I do not believe Queen Cordelia to be fit for ruling Glenbrook.
She does not need to be. She is to be our figurehead, a place for the people to focus both their hope and discontent. And while the poor people of Glenbrook stumble in the dark, we shall establish a new government, one based in freedom. Once the people have had a taste of true freedom Esfrost would offer them, there will be no turning back. By the time Cordelia births an heir, both this kingdom and its people will belong solely to Esfrost.
I would be loath to stand upon a political battlefield. It is far more heartless than those of war.
I am simply breathing new life into a kingdom of tired traditions. The people will thank me for it in time.
There's a lot happening in this scene right now. Wow.
Father, my brothers.
Ooh.
I swear to avenge you.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Cordelia showing a little bit more spine than I expected based on what we'd seen thus far. Okay. With all this talk of Gustadolf and Cordelia getting wed and when she births an heir and everything, I'm wondering if we're going to see that classic kind of scenario where, like, you know, at the end of the day, she tries to, like, quote-unquote seduce Gustadolf, and they're going to, like, have their child, and then she stabs him while they're in bed or something, you know, like that. I would not be surprised to see something like that happen. Huh. Alright. Yeah, I'd been writing Cordelia off for the most part, kind of in the same way that I wrote Franny off before he was offed. But it seems like she might have a little bit more going on story-wise than we would have thought. Sarah, Noah, and the others speak of Cordelia's ascension as Queen of Glenbrook. Okay, I mean, I imagine we're going to learn something about what they did with Roland here, like how they set this whole deal up. Very, very, very interesting. And interesting to know that, like, not only is it expected that there's discontent in Glenbrook, but that Gustadolf has planned for that and is letting Cordelia take the brunt. Very interesting.
Prince Roland, have you heard about the address at the capital?
I have.
I won't forgive them for making Her Highness say such horrible things.
Enough, Huette.
But they lied about the king's death. They made it seem like Gustadolf was justified.
Say no more. If Cordelia can endure this, so can we. And as long as she lives, that is enough for me.
Forgive me, Your Highness.
We all understand how you feel, Prince Roland.
No, I apologize. I lost control. Thinking about it will do us no good. We must rise to action.
Indeed we must. Everyone knows of your death now. That means we are free to make our next move.
Listen, my friends. Prince Roland of Glenbrook is dead. I am now merely Roland, a warrior who fled a fallen kingdom. I humbly ask for your support until the sun shines upon our royal line once again.
Oh!
Is that Sir Maxwell's?
Oh! Oh, wow. Okay. And maybe that's how it plays out. Maybe Maxwell really is dead. But we have, quote-unquote, Maxwell.
That mask. You look just like Sir Maxwell.
This is a secret that shall stay within House Wolfort.
Very interesting.
Master, grant me the strength to free our home from Frost's clutches.
Huh.
How is he doing?
This doesn't rule out the possibility that Maxwell will actually be alive and come back, but it certainly makes it possible that he doesn't as well. And yeah, I guess they just got a random blonde soldier, and he was either already disfigured and mutilated from the fighting, or, you know, they did the deed themselves. Dressed him up in Roland's clothes and tossed him in the river. Damn. This is good. This is good.
Better than before. He groans in pain from time to time, though.
I see. I wish I could tell Father about our situation now, but...
Lord Serenoa, if your father were awake, I am certain he would praise you for safeguarding Wolfort.
Sad to say, the real trouble's only just beginning. I'll be damned if House N's protection comes for free. No doubt the longer we stay, the steeper the price.
Precisely. Minister Sorsley is not an altruistic soul.
Okay.
If you were in his shoes, what would you do?
I would squeeze us dry, then look for an opportunity to.
But we won't let that happen.
Of course not. Anna is already on the move. It is our duty to protect and guide this house.
This heart ain't changed since the day Lord Simon took me in, lad. I'm ready to put my life on the line for this house. We'll get past this, one way or another. You'll see.
Thank you so much. Both of you.
God, these are such good scenes, man. Ah. I'm waiting for Simon to come back. He's going to. Like, there's no way he'll be able to join us on the battlefield or anything, but, like, I can definitely see him coming back in an advisory role for sure. Or maybe he'll go down fighting. That's also possible. At Twinsgate, the death of an ardent youth changes the fate of one man. Interesting. Then our main story here, Frederica voices her doubts to Serenoa. Anna gathers information at Wolfort Harbor and hears rumors of illicit dealings. And the sweltering heat at the source parches the very hearts of men. Okay. Okay. We have a little bit more time in this episode. Let's hit up a couple of side stories here. Let's see what this is about. It's Varog's quarters. Okay.
What's Varog? The body of Lord Dragan is...
Oh, yes. This is Dragan's father, right.
So my son has finally returned home. I will be there soon. Is something the matter?
I think it better not to look, my lord.
Oof.
And why is that?
Look at this fine gentleman. Minister of Esfrost, Svarog Esfrost, younger brother to the previous Archduke and uncle to Gustadolf and Frederica. He was given stewardship of the distant Twinsgate away from the Esfrosty seat of government. I'm wondering, this is probably going to wind up being an ally at some point. As if we can get the truth of what happened to Dragon to him, possibly.
His face. There is no vestige of the handsome lad he once was.
Oh, my son. I understand. You are dismissed. I am so sorry, my boy. Please forgive your pitiful excuse for a father. I will find the one who did this to you. I swear it.
We need to get him the real information. We have the book! I wonder if we can, like, because that could just be proof that we took it off of his body as well. But possibly, there is potential there. We could maybe do something with that. I'm so curious as to what they found in the mine as well. Like, that's kind of fallen by the wayside, but that's clearly going to be something that winds up coming up. Okay, Anna, what do you have on illicit dealings here in the harbor?
I see. So there is an illicit salt trade held outside the auspices of the Norzelia Consortium.
Oh.
In this business, you cannot avoid rumors even if you try. They say sneaking under the Consortium's nose is well worth the risk, but I am not so bold.
And who is behind all this?
I wish I could say.
I am not asking you to tell me for free.
How generous of you. It's but a rumor, of course, but they say none other than Minister End in Hyzant is pulling the strings.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There it is.
And some free advice for you, my friend? You'd do well not to get involved.
Why?
I'm afraid that will cost a separate fee. Why, thank you.
Okay, so Anna's getting some very important and valuable information here. Got it. So we know, with confirmation now, that Sorcerer is up to no good. Now what's happening here, though? What does this have to do with anything? Or are we going to see some sort of, like, descent in Hyzant or something, maybe? Oh, with the Rosellans. Yeah, wow, look at this setting. Yeah, talk about slave labor. Jesus.
Water. On your feet. Water, please. Get back to work. You aren't the only one who's thirsty.
No setbacks, I presume?
None, sir. We are already well ahead of schedule.
Splendid. The ledger, if you would.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I would hate for there to be a problem with our numbers. I will hold on to this for now.
Of course, sir.
I love this guard's voice. Like, it's a very serious scene, obviously, but, like, that guard's voice is awesome.
Put the poor thing out of its misery, Booker.
Oh, God. Well, that's exceedingly aggressive. Jesus Christ!
You must be firm with the Roselle. Show them the slightest mercy, and they'll think they deserve more.
Yes, sir!
Okay. Well, we already knew that Sorcerer was going to be a villain, but damn! It's only getting more severe by the second. Dear Lord. Okay, well, before we launch into more story stuff, this is going to be where I'm going to call this one, I think. I don't even know where this is gonna go. Like, all bets are off. I already had one prediction immediately get thrown back in my face, so from here, I'm as blind as you guys. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. If you know someone that you think would enjoy this series or any of my other content, if you could shoot them a link, that'd just be swell. Until the next time, though, I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now.